Hi there, and welcome to She Spice. So some insane stuff has been going down in the business of late. It turns out a few hotshots like Diddy have been up to speed in obscure dealings and tossing gatherings to exploit youthful craftsmen. They're about cash and distinction, regardless of whether it implies stepping on others, and presently, Jay's name is in the mix as well, and Beyoncé's not remaining by him. It's troublesome in light of the fact that I needed to truly figure out how to have limits and, how to have balance. Reports are whirling that Hollywood has a clouded side, with huge names like Jay-Z and Diddy probably making things happen to make however much money as could reasonably be expected. They're blamed for taking advantage of youthful ability, particularly female specialists, for the purpose of benefit. Ice Cubes are making some noise about it and are not reluctant to shine a light on these obscene dealings. I think you rest easier thinking about yourself when you get out whatever should be said at the time it should be said, and not a while later, where you return home and think I have said this ice block's evidently saying that a lot of female specialists have had to deal with some serious stuff, all as far as anyone knows, coordinated by Jay-Z and Diddy, and they're not gaining enough appreciation as per him. These encounters have caused their excursion in the business to be very extreme and turbulent, and they owe many individuals a ton of favors. The more cash you give them, the more you're paying attention to ice. 3D Square's been pounding home the point that Hollywood's double-dealing game isn't restricted to craftsmen. It has its paws into everybody, including detainees, and he's in good company to think this way. There's this thought drifting around that Hollywood's cozying up to large privately owned businesses, and they're both receiving rewards from the neglected work of millions of prisoners. It's a stressful pattern, particularly when you contemplate how weak small children, guiltless teenagers, and particularly female craftsmen may be to getting taken advantage of in the diversion. Bit judges were into a jail camp where were the defenders of the children around then, Ice 3D. Shapes not keeping down saying Hollywood resembles bringing in cash by putting individuals through a wide range of difficulties, and it's not talk. There's some serious proof to back up this terrifying thought. What? Heather, it's big cheese Hollywood presidents or record-breaking honchos. It seems like those with influence in the business are in some way or another attached to supporting the jail populace. As per these cases, the rationale behind everything is basically as straightforward and dim as you can envision, and they certainly know who they are. Many individuals would resemble those who come on, man, quit playing. Iceblock showed up on Bill Mayer's club arbitrary digital broadcast and made a few frigid disclosures. He says Hollywood chiefs believe that individuals should be secured, and they assist with creating an entire culture of viciousness and hooligan life to make this conceivable. This isn't simply a careless hypothesis. Anyone can undoubtedly see reality when you take a gander at where the cash goes. He talked plainly about the association among Hollywood and the powerful businesses that benefit from our quarreling and division. I don't have the foggiest idea about their names yet, but in the event that you follow the cash and go sufficiently high, you begin to see it in a real sense. Similar individuals who own the record names own the penitentiaries. The music business likewise profits by landing credulous youngsters into jails, and the higher-ups use music to push these individuals into the way of life of ice. Solid Shape talked about this and said it appears to be truly dubious to say that the records that come out are truly equipped to push individuals towards that jail industry. As per the rapper, the entire business is associated with establishing a climate that makes youngsters more inclined toward brutality. An exceptionally evil and elaborate social design is working here to create a profit from individuals' lives. Stay full Iceblock and Bill Maher had a visit on their webcast where they dove into some weighty stuff. They discussed how record name proprietors probably play a part in causing brutality and life to appear to be cool in their music. The thought is that this depiction impacts young people to feel that way of life is the best approach, and tragically, it very well may be driving increasingly more youth straight into the equity framework, giving them a shot at a superior life. The sort of stuff in rap versus fills in as a pipe to get individuals motivated to do the sort of things that would get them in jail. A few serious allegations are zooming around, proposing that individuals connected to the case may be into some dim stuff like the mysterious and, surprisingly, human penances in the past ongoing data sets become visible, indicating that there could have been treason included. What's truly getting consideration is the way forthright these charges are. An ever-increasing number of people are mobilizing behind that. The examination should be opened up again, all for the sake of ensuring Aliyah gets the equity she's owed. No name, I won't name, is up. All of you understand what I'm talking about, and only for clergyman Farrakhan. I love you yet. The way you accepted that as a slight, you understand what I'm talking about. Kanye West isn't keeping down guaranteeing his mother, as well as numerous others have succumbed to some baffling and fierce association doing contorted human forfeits. Yet here's the kicker. Even with how serious this is, loads of people appear to be reluctant to truly handle or question this shadowy power. Kanye never needs to avoid expressing his real thoughts and keeps on strikingly sharing his contemplations, regardless of whether they are disputable or address what he sees as covered up insights. His gutsy determination to stand up is working up significant discussions and stresses. Once more, individuals are investigating. You realize the media has run this large number of stories, spreading me for saying hello. I can't be hostile to Semitic, assuming I'm a Semitic celibate. Proclamations of late have been causing a stir, and in the event that you're available, there's a peculiar story beginning to come to fruition without coming right out and saying it. A few stars are dropping hints that there could be some dull stuff happening in the diversion, perhaps including human penances. Kanye West has been particularly vocal, recommending he's not under the thumb of Hollywood top dogs, since he hasn't gotten stirred up in that frame of mind of stuff anyway. His mysterious references to a rundown of people, perhaps under somebody's influence, bring up provocative issues. Kanye is by all accounts suggesting the clandestine Illuminati Association, recommending that a portion of its individuals might be associated with dim deeds. In this confounding riddle of words, Kanye passes on to us to contemplate that the shadows are hiding behind the fabulousness of media outlets. They have no control over me. They have some control over Shah and Charles Barkley. They have some control over LeBron James. They have some control over Beyoncé and Jay-Z. Ain't no name? I won't express it. It's up. Panther's viewpoint on Elias' sad passing adds a convincing layer to the continuous talk, as per her at the hour of Elias' unfavorable demise. Beyoncé's performance vocation was confronting difficulties, and she wanted a cutting-edge second to move her to super fame, supposedly, with Jay-Z's help and Elias' lamentable dem, apparently given that urgent lift at last, laying out Beyoncé as the sovereign of numerous hearts as Elias' memory. Blurring questions emerge about how long similar people will profit from repeating misfortunes. Some contend that responsibility for any potential bad behavior is extremely past due. Even fans are lauding Puma for her frank position with regards to their darling tune pressure, recommending that it's the ideal opportunity for equity to win for the sake of Elias. The intricacy of Elias' case is additionally intensified by her relationship with R. Kelly. There are circling claims proposing that in R. Kelly's preliminary, a portion of his supposed casualties were constrained into giving bogus declarations, raising worries about the decency of the court procedures. Also, a sound break has surfaced, purportedly including a supposed bureaucratic source, expressing that they effectively affected one of R. Kelly's observers. These advancements add layers of interest and contention to a generally tangled, legitimate circumstance encompassing the charges against E.R. Kelly. Sharon Winbush, a previous employee of R. Kelly, professes to have sent the sound of the vocalist, taking his case to the requested court, trusting they'll either throw out his conviction or give him a new preliminary. It's worth focusing on that in an alternate preliminary in Chicago. Kelly got hit with a 20-year jail sentence back in February. TMZ detailed that he was viewed as at fault for CP and drawing a youngster during the Chicago preliminary. Kelly's lawyer communicated comparable worries, expressing that the public authorities' weight can't be met with the deduction of an awful person or propensity to commit. You might believe him to be the most corrupt and deceptive individual on earth, and that doesn't have anything to do with whether the public authority has met its weight around then. An adjudicator requested that Kelly serve 19 of the 20 years simultaneously, with his other sentence and one more lawful delegate for R. Kelly appealed to the appointed authority, directing his case to clear his conviction and start another preliminary. The reason for this solicitation is the contention that his preliminary lawyers showed ineptitude and that the artist was unfairly portrayed as a degenerate to the jury on the grounds that the litigant had to protect against many uncharged cases of bad conduct, a lot of it legitimate yet unpalatable for some. The litigant was deprived of the assumption of blamelessness and subscribe She Spice for more videos.